All right, kids. So with this little adventure I'm going through with the turbine, Rob, we having issues with it getting up to idle. It's getting almost there, and then it's shutting off because it's not getting up to a high enough temperature. So I've gone through, I've checked all the filters. I took off the felt filter in the tank and just put a regular clunk in it. Checked all the lines, all this other stuff, and now we're down to the pump, and maybe that's the issue that we're coming up with. So check it out. All right, on to the next test of a different pump. So I've probably created a new problem because I didn't want to cut my tubing short, and I didn't want to have to extend this wire as of yet. I just want to see if it would pump. And it pumped. It went up and did its whole thing. So we're going to see if it's going to fire off or not. We shall see. Yeah, turn your shit. Yeah, I know.
Ground idle. Flight RP. Ground idle.
Probably the first one's going to go bad anyways because it's got all kinds of air. Nope. Nope. Maybe. Come on. Now. All right. One more time. We're going to try this. So I'm going to hold the pump. Go up one.
Ground idle.
All the way up.
Flight RP.
Now all the way back.
Ground idle.
Okay.
7 minutes.
Now that we got all the air out of it. Nope. Not gonna do it.
That stayed on longest.
Yeah. It's only at 277 degrees though. It's up to RPM, but it's... Well, it's at idle.
We're gonna get gassed the fuck out here in a second.
Yeah. Here, hold it. We're gonna run it up a little bit. All right, well that made it to RPM, full RPM on that one. Will it do it again? And is it really a pump problem? These are the questions that we are asking. I'm gonna grab my air to help cool this bitch down, just to give it a little help. Blow all the smoke out. So the real test will be if I leave the pump in and it fires off again. I think this is a problem in itself, just because I didn't want to cut the lines I have. You know, I didn't want to make them short. But see, my pump right now is way up here, and I'm thinking, well, hell, why don't I just stick it back here? But that entails getting from here all the way back to there with a new line. So, possibilities, and we're going to figure out something. Well, first we're going to test and make sure this thing will fire off again. All right, so an interesting little tidbit. Yeah, we did this whole thing. I'm going to rearrange it so that I'm going to move the pump from right here to back here. But just for shits and giggles, I plugged the old pump back in, and because I seen that there was a light that actually came on this one, and I don't know if there's a light on that one or not, but there wasn't any light going off, so I was assuming that these all have lights and whatnot, so maybe there is an issue with the pump. All right, so here's the process. Everything is zip tied together, so I gotta break everything apart. There's the old pump, and with the LED being off, because I look on there and it looks like there's an LED. I can't tell. Well, it doesn't ever come on. So we're gonna move the pump back to here. So I gotta take all this stuff off. I gotta extend this plug so it goes from there all the way up under and comes out through here, and so that it will plug in right there. That's the theory, and once I get that done, then we will take this out to the field and see if it will actually fire up. And looking at the old pump, took it out. It's got quite a bit of oil residue up underneath there, which I don't really think you want these things to be oily, but you know, I can't tell if these are LEDs in here or if those are just resistors. They kind of look like just resistors. This other pump, the white one that's right there, it looks like a resistor. That's actually the LED for this one. So maybe this one didn't have a LED on it. I don't remember ever seeing it, but I don't remember ever paying attention to it. I just know that, you know, you saw this one's all lit up. That's the next step in all of this glory that we call scale helicopters. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Is this cause for a failure? A wearing out of said pump? Model Technic. Okay, so here is the rub. This is going to be the new position of the pump, pointing down because it's at this angle. So that'll keep stuff from going accidentally up into the pump, which is what the problem was with before. I've shortened up the fuel tubing, so it's really short. It doesn't come all the way up to here and then all the way back. But I do have to extend the plug from here all the way up to right there. So what I've done is I've got me some 20 gauge wire. You can see the comparison of the two wires. One has a thick shield and one has a thin shield, but it's the same gauge wire, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to solder these all together, get this one soldered down on this end, and then I will route it in and it will be all good. Okay? Yeah, that's the plan. This is what we're going to do. All right, so this is Friday after I got everything all put back together and ran, and the wires extended and the fuel lines extended, actually shortened, and it ran last night, came up idle. So we're going to see how this does today, see if it will actually fire. I imagine it might not because, you know, we did some fuel stuff, but I don't see any air in the lines. A little bit of fire. bubbles. Damn it. We'll try it one more time. Oh, we got it that time. Now let's see if it'll go to full.
Switched off.
At least it got to idle, so I'm gonna let this cool down completely, and then we're gonna try to fire it up again. All right, so we're doing some more checks. I'm going through and checking all the connections for the EGT probe. I'm going through and cleaning all the connections, and I'm making sure like all these little screws are tight. I'm gonna open this up, make sure those little screws are kind of tight. They were snug, they weren't tight. So somebody, looked at my past video and was watching the EGT, and they would spike up and come back down real quick. And so he's like, check and make sure all this wire is not kinked, make sure it's not pinched. So I'm going through, I'm trying to find all these places, and I'm gonna check it right where it's at. And I don't have it coiled anywhere. But this spot right here is kind of a tight turn, but it's just a wire inside there. But you never know. So I'm going through and checking this, making sure that the probe was in, because I thought I had seen where the probe came in past the had come way in on the blades there, but that was confirmed that that's in the correct position too. So I'm not really enjoying all that black shit that's on there, which is probably coking up from me having bad starts. We're hoping to get this thing figured out, because I'm really tired of it not running correctly. Okay, we're gonna try firing this up now that I've gone through the whole EGT probe and checked everything, cleaned all the connections up. And we'll just watch this, because somebody was seeing something that they didn't like.
Flight RP ground idle.
That looks good so far. Way up, way down. Couple of little air bubbles in there. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. So if you notice there, the temperature trying to get to idle went down below 250 degrees, which is something I checked in my ECU. And the minimum temperature is 250 degrees Celsius, and it's not getting there. It's actually going below, and then trying to come back up. It's not getting there. So that might be the telltale sign. All right, so the next test is going to be a new EGT probe. I pulled out the old one and put a new one. Well, not new, used, but I don't know, it's different. So we're going to try that out and see if that works.
Flight RP ground idle.
Well, doesn't seem like it went all over the place with that one. We'll compare it to the video before and see if there's a difference. Seems to be a lot hotter now that I have that one on there. It seems to be up higher. So, I don't know. I will consult with my gurus and see what they say. So you can see there with the new, or the different. It's not new. It's just different. EGT probe. It didn't drop down below 332 degrees Celsius. So this might be the problem. It might not be the pump, Dave. And if I get some consistent starts tomorrow morning with this, then maybe this was what the problem was, is that the EGT tube, the EGT probe was not sensing something correctly, because there's definite big difference there. But the next test will prove, and we'll see what it is. So stay tuned for part 3.